All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Something Cafe. Is this episode 29 or 30? Episode 29. Episode 29, welcome back to the Something Cafe, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for grabbing a seat, grabbing a cup with your host, Celestino Dooley. And how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I got two more photography lights that came in. I'm not a video guy. I've never said I've been a video guy. Everybody says I'm the greatest. Not a video guy. Sleepy Joe always said I'm a video guy. I've never claimed to be one, although I would be the best. And scene. That was a bad impression of Donald Trump, refuting claims that he is not a professional with videography. I got two more lights. I have like 4 photography lights now and my lamp behind me. It's probably overkill. Like, I'm looking at all these lights I'm using, and it's like I'm looking at, like, if I ever committed an atrocity, like I firebombed the post office, like each one of these lights would be a different armed guard, just getting ready to end my life. So yeah, that's how this morning's going so far. But yeah, I'm trying to get these lights figured out, trying to get this to look more professional. I've been on Facebook Marketplace looking for some chairs. You know, the couch is fine, but it feels way too. It just doesn't feel natural. I'm not gonna get rid of the couch. I'm gonna find a use for it. But what I really want is just 2 nice, comfy armchairs that I can get comfortable in, because I'm not. This couch is, and my mom bought this couch, and I know she listens. And I want her to hear this. I want her to hear me say that this couch is genuinely the most uncomfortable couch that has ever been made. And even someone who had just completed a marathon on their bare feet would choose to go 1 more mile just so they don't have to sit on this couch. This couch is what I imagine furnishes. I'm assuming the furnishing of hell is utilizing this couch. After the gnashing of teeth and the screams of the spirit, there was a part of the verse that wasn't actually in Revelations. It wasn't translated properly. The part that was left out was that this couch is also there with the 3-headed beast and the lamppost and the dragon. This couch is there. It is the most uncomfortable couch. Useless, might I say. There are no armrests. Well, there are, but they are separate, completely loose cushions that my elbow does not even reach down to the armrest. And I don't have long arms. So, I've been on Facebook Marketplace looking for some chairs. I want to make this look more like a set, you know? But yeah. Welcome back to the Something Cafe, ladies and gentlemen. The Olympics have been going on, and I'm not that much of an Olympic watcher or enjoyer, but I do enjoy it when it is on and I get to watch it. Tuesday, I was at the cafe like I always am on Tuesdays, and I was just working on stuff, and the Olympics was on. So I mean, I enjoy watching it. But when it's there, it's not something that I seek out. Would the Olympics be a fun drinking event if I had friends? Yeah, it would. I have friends. If I had friends that I would drink with, if I had friends that were not 30-year-old Hispanic guys that I work with, yeah. Um, if I had friends that weren't all married and have committed relationships, yeah. Um, but anyway, yeah, I think that would be fun. But from the ones that I've seen, I was watching gymnastics at the cafe. That was on. I think I got to. I actually think I got to watch. I watched more guys gymnastics, but I think I got to see both guys and girls. Or I'm not really sure how it works because every single male gymnast that I saw was Team China. Them brothers, dude, no, dude. No wonder them brothers invented origami because them brothers can fold. Them brothers can fold like a damn crane. Oh my gosh. It's really beautiful. Like I really enjoy the Olympics in that regard. How I you can see like this is the world's finest, right? This is the planet's finest peak like peak existence performing athletes, humans. Like it's pretty cool. Um so I got to watch male gymnastics, uh, mostly Team China. Did I see swimming? I don't think I saw swimming, but Katie, is it Kate Ledecky or Katie Ledecky? I don't know, and I don't care because that dude, that sister is part freaking sunfish, dude. There's this really awesome shot of the broadcast video. Like someone took a photo of the TV screen of the broadcast of the Olympics, and it's such a cool photo. It showed Ledecky finished and like on the side of the pool, like done, and they took a photo of what they were showing, and they were showing quite a bit of the pool, and the only person that was even on the screen visible was Ledecky, who was finished, and there was like half the pool that was like empty, like everyone else was on the other side. Like that's how fast that sister is, dude. That is just incredible. That's awesome. And then okay, what? So I saw that. Oh, and then my favorite one that I got to watch, and I think this was the last one I got to watch was I think I saw some basketball too, but oh, and a little bit of ping pong. But my favorite one that I watched, the one I watched the most was like I all I did was just watch dudes. It was men's men's beach volleyball. That was awesome. I mean, it really was just like two college dude bros were like, dude, we're like kind of good at like friend playing volleyball against Chet's dorm. Yeah, man. Dude, we should like be Olympians or something. Oh, dude, no way. Oh, dude. Like they were so good, and it was awesome to just cuz like I know that feeling, like obviously not to that extent, but like I know that feeling when you're like it's like a couple of your buddies and you're playing like beach volleyball or friggin' frisbee golf or whatever, it's like it's just fun teamwork. That's a memory. So I got to watch that. It's pretty awesome. It was USA versus Morocco, and the USA guys just freaking the USA guys just mopped them like they were dust bunnies, Moroccan dust bunnies. Like the score was such a incredible difference. Um, Pretty awesome. And I saw women's volleyball, but that wasn't as exciting to me as watching men play volleyball. But my favorite part of the Olympics. Now, I didn't see this live. I just saw this on the social medias, the interwebs, if you will, uh, of Yusik Disech. Yusuf or Yusuf. Yeah, Yusuf Disech. Um, if you do not know who I'm talking about, Yusuf Yusuf. There's a fly. Hold on. Leave. Yusuf Dikech. Sorry, Yusuf Dikech. If you have not heard of Yusuf, he is the Turkish Olympic shooter. Pause. Putting it like that, it sounds like I'm talking about like someone shot up the Olympics. Like no, no, no. He was the Olympic athlete for the 10 meter air pistol event. Now, every other if you look at every other athlete in that, you know what? Let me just play the video. Let me just play the video. It is rather incredible. Everyone's got full equipment for my audio listeners. We're cycling through photos of all of the air pistol athletes. All of them are wearing some insane gear on their head. Covers, scopes, some serious sci-fi stuff, different stances, the way that they're holding their heads. And it cuts to Yusuf. Yusuf, for my audio listeners, Yusuf is wearing nothing but his jersey and a Sam's Club prescription clearance frame reading glasses. And he gets a almost perfect bullseye. I mean, talk about that is probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. I mean, he is literally everyone else is there. So I did some research on what some of these crazy glasses are. You have one side that's like a cover. It usually has like a sponsor on it, like it says the Paris Olympics or something else. But it's a cover for the eye that you would close. Why do you have to have a cover and not just close your eye? Maybe people have a hard time just closing one eye. Not me. And then the other I read was is a like a what's the friggin' word for it? It's like a fake iris. It's like a fake scope. Like and that's legal, right? I mean, that's legal. Basically, without having a scope on the gun, you put a scope on your eye, line it up with the gun, and then shoot. That is just awesome. That and then Yusuf again. I'm looking at him right now. I would implore you guys to look him up after this. I think it's just a really cool story. He is wearing his Turkey jersey. And again, like everyone has ear cover, eye cover. Some people are wearing hats for the shade. Some people are doing these crazy weird stances, like South South Korea's um, rifle athlete, like, literally has her back arched at like a 90-degree angle. And I mean, this is clearly a guy who was like a Turkish hitman or something. That's just a really good shot and retired from the business and now just competes because, again, I mean, just the Sam's Club prescription frames, no ear cover, no hat. He's not even closing one eye. He has both of his eyes open and he just freehands it. He has his other hand in his pocket. I mean, this is probably one of the coolest dudes on earth. There's a comparison between Serbia and Turkey. Their two athletes, I think maybe they were like going like neck to neck. I don't know why I always see the Serbia athlete and Yusuf in edits together, but if you look at the two bulls, if you look at the two targets, the Serbia athlete, again, these crazy spectacles he's got on, ear covers, and he gets it like right on the edge between the third ring and the fourth ring. Yusuf got it on the edge of the middle dot and the second ring. That's awesome. Let's also talk about, while we're on that sport, a world record was broken. All right, so we've got Kim Yeji, the Republic of Korea athlete. So Yusuf was for the 10-meter air pistol event. Kim is for the 25-meter air pistol event. And yeah, just check this out.
And it's there. It's there. The world record has gone.
Just so cool.
It was there for nearly 5 years.
Now she's got
January this
them
year,
crazy spectacles
Yang
on.
Yin came along and broke the world record with 41. And now Kim Yeji from Republic of Korea is the new world record holder. What a week it's been for her here in Baku.
Wow.
We can't forget, of course.
She broke the world record by 1 point on the score. I'm guessing it is in a cumulative kind of, you have 5 shots, add them all up, you know? Yeah. And she's got, I mean, take a look at her glasses. She has the cover. She has the artificial spectacle, one that's a lot more complicated than the other ones that I saw. The other ones were just kind of like almost like just like a perfectly like circular frame. This one's got some freaking bells and whistles on it, brother. But yeah, no, really, really, really something cool. That the video of her making the world record shot is probably the coolest and probably the most attracted I've ever been to an Olympic shooter. That is a cool chick right there. But yeah, really cool stuff. World records broken. Turkish hitmen stopping by in between all of their jobs and orders and targets. I don't know if they're still going on. I'm going to the cafe after this to edit this. And I hope they're still on. I wish I kind of hope that it's still going on. It's nice to kind of have above me while I'm working. I would have left sooner. But I had a bit of a late start today. It is currently 4:00. Typically I like to start recording at around like 10, 11 a.m. But I took my time. I've been really anxious this past week. And I took my time today. When I got up, I realized that there's like a big event on Pokemon Go for like catching Mega Rayquaza. So I was like, dude, I have to freaking. I laid in bed for like a extra 2.5 hours, just like kind of playing on it and switching over to Facebook to join more groups to get more invites so I can catch it and make it stronger and this and that. It's like a limited time. It's like a limited time thing. So don't worry. Okay, don't soil your britches. I got it. I caught it, and actually I caught Mega Rayquaza with perfect stats. So for all of those of you who care, yeah, I got a full star stat, IV star stat, Mega Rayquaza. So yeah, cool stuff. But yeah, I just kind of had a bit of a late start, and then I was like, man, I am already hungry. I'm just gonna eat my quesadillas now. And I watched one episode of Naruto, and then I sat down, made myself a drink. Shout out Mitra and Monster and American Clear, Walmart branded sparkling water. So I'm not all too familiar with the XXL freshman freestyle. It says XXL is an American hip hop magazine published by Town Square Media, founded in 1997. They do ciphers like every year of all of the kind of all of the new, not new, but like up in like the most popular up and coming oh my gosh, why am I tripping? The new up and coming, the newly popular rappers. Goodness. So here is the magazine cover. They are some rappers that I know, that I've heard of, some that I actually do actively listen to, and some that I've never heard of, which is that's just how it goes. It's not, that's the point of it, is to show people like, hey, this is who's up next. I think it's pretty cool. They call it XXL freshman class because, again, these are the people that are getting famous but like aren't at like like friggin' Lil Wayne type levels. So I'm gonna go through the rappers and artists that are going. Big X the Plug. I've actually heard of this guy. I listen to his music an awful lot. I like him a lot. I like his flow. I like his music. He is, now the dude, I mean, this is a big brother. This is a big brother. This dude's probably 450 pounds. I like this guy's music. He is ironically a kind of, it's not similar to the Notorious B.I.G., but the flow and the way he raps and what he's rapping about is kind of similar. They look similar too, but it's obviously like new school kind of hip hop. You have That Mexican OT. I love this guy. I think he's awesome. I think he is a fresh installment in the hip hop world. He is the only one. He has his own flow. Like, he has his own flow, his own way of rapping that no one else has done. And if they've done it, they haven't done it well enough because it's his. He will roll like every single consonant. I can't roll my R's, but he will roll like the D's and T's and R's and every consonant, like B's, when he raps. And it's not every single word, but it's like kind of salted into each line. Can it get annoying? Yeah, it can, because I've listened to a lot of his music, and then there kind of gets to a point where it's like, dude, just say it, like, just say it normally. You don't have to go got that gun on me, it's just just say you got that gun on you. You know, Lay Banks, never heard of her. Boss Man D-Lo, never heard of him. Rich Amiri, I think I've heard of. No, I'm thinking of someone else. Never heard of him. Scarlip, never heard of her. Hung Cho, never heard of him. Four Bats, heard of him. I love his song Act 2 Date Night, I think, if that's what it's called. It's a great song. If you've even been on social media, even for a minute, you have heard this song. It's a very popular one to use in the background of posts and videos and stuff. I come inside an ATM and send a text to your DM. And I know when I'm court, I swear. 'Cause I bought you another pair. Like it's really funny because if you look at like the cover art, it's a super. And this is golden coming from a fat white dude like me. Dude, the cover art is just super gangster. I mean, it is just so urban and gangster. You know. But the song is 'cause I buy you another dress and take your ass up down those stairs. I bought you another shoe because I wanna call you boo. But like in the cover art, everyone's holding a gun and 12-year-olds are holding up the middle finger and everyone's holding big things of money. And I bought you another dress. So bring your ass up down those stairs. You know, I love that song. I play it every time I DJ as like when things are kind of slowing down and they ask me to tell people to start heading out. We got Maya the Don. Never heard of her. Cash Cobain. I've heard of him. After I watched the actual video of the cipher. For those of you who don't know, a cipher is just what you call a freestyle, like a group of people coming together to freestyle. It's a cipher. Like one beat is played and people kind of just hop on the mic when they are ready or when the previous person's done. It's a cipher. After I watched the cipher, everyone's going to know about Cash Cobain. Why? Because that dude's performance was the most ass performance I've ever seen in a freestyle ever. It was so... I've watched a good amount of the XXL freestyles. That dude had the worst... I mean, it was... I want to play it. I asked my producer if I could play the video, and he said it's copyrighted, but we wouldn't get dinged for it. We would just lose making money off the video, and we aren't making money right now anyways yet, so it wouldn't matter. But I don't want to do it because I don't want to possibly get a ding on my channel in the future when we get when we do start getting money. I don't want this video to be excluded. But Cash Cobain, I mean, that brother was ass. And the final one was Skilla Baby. Never heard of him. And the producer / DJ that is on the cipher is Southside, original name. Nice dude. He is the producer for the 2024 Freshman Cipher. He's the one who's playing it. And yeah, again, here is the cover. All of them standing there posing and stuff. It's the official name of the event or the cipher is not like us, which is hilarious because, as you guys know, that is the name of the ever so popular Kendrick song, Not Like Us, the one that shut, closed, nailed, buried, and pissed on Drake's grave. I mean, that song buried buried Drake more than an actual shovel would. So that's funny. But yeah. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Pretty awesome. I do enjoy Big X the Plug. Although I mean, nothing like I'm not gonna lie. Let's not pretend that any of these people are like great people, right? I mean, I'm talking out of my ass here, but you look at Big X the Plug, I can't imagine he's that he's I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't know. The dude either gives really good hugs or would want to steal my skin and wear it like a coat. Who knows? But I've been saying a lot in the last couple episodes about kind of how I want to be improving this show, and I want to start. I've got some some ideas. We're gonna do some "Am I the Asshole?" In just a couple of minutes, but one of my true passions and one of the things that I enjoy the most is improv. Now, Celestino, what do you mean improv? I mean, I'm not talking about no boring, cringe, yes and type of stuff, but I've been watching some podcasts that do something similar and I really, really enjoy it. What's the difference? I don't have a co-host. Why don't I have a co-host? Because I can't trust anybody. Whose issue is that? 50-50% me, 50% other people. Because every single other time I've started something with someone, through my whole life, everyone's quit, except for my producer / editor, Evan. Sup? So, I wish I had a co-host, but at the same time, I like having my own show. I wish I might want to. I will want to start having more guests that aren't necessarily like people of like, like I've specifically had on like, oh, he's a singer, he's a freaking yoga instructor, he's a rapper, she's a this, she's my mom, he's my dad, he's my brother, right? But I want to have on guests that can really, really hang, like people who can hang on the improv, right? Who aren't awkward, like I don't know what to do. I don't know what to. So I thought we would do a little introduction today, a little episode 0 of some of these ideas. And what better way to do this than to reintroduce some old friends of yours? I want to go through my list of imaginary wrestlers. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you have already heard this list. But I've got new listeners now, people who might not remember or know, and this is a perfect way to start this off, to start this new kind of journey off with segments on the episodes, because I already have these down. I already have enough, and now last time I just went through the names, but now this is kind of how I'm gonna format things from now on. I'm gonna give explanations and stories, and with guests, we're gonna riff. So this is imaginary wrestlers. My favorite wrestler, truly one of my favorite wrestlers, is Chef Maestro Love Rocket. Have you ever heard of Chef Maestro Love Rocket? No, he's a once chef turned a sex therapist who uses wrestling to control his urges. These urges blur the lines of culinary and lovemaking expertise. Now, Chef Maestro Love Rocket is a classic wrestling character in the WWE, but not as classic as Birdman Boulder Fist. He is a gross mistake from Nazi Germany experiments that left Chaim Rosenfeld in a half man, half bird state of being. I mean, he is disgusting, absolutely disgusting. One of his partners, PhD Destroyer. Uh, this wrestler's really he's got an interesting story, right? Because really he's a political science professor from the University of Texas who got bored on a Labor Day weekend. He was never the same. And I think we can all kind of relate to that, don't you think? Don't you think? Uh, Buzzcut Six Pack, the Iron God, a fan favorite, really. Uh, he is the single most dangerous man who's ever served in the military. He was forced to retire after what he'd been through and uses wrestling as his outlet so no more lives are lost. A truly harrowing tale. Tyrannosaurus Sex. Tyrannosaurus Sex is simple. Is rather easy. It's a genuine T-Rex whose libido is bigger than he is. So that's scary. I don't know about you, but if I were wrestling up against a Tyrannosaurus Rex that was in heat, Tyrannosaurus Sex is not who I would want to be up against, to be honest with you. That sounds horrifying. Cool Man Big Arms is a bit of a controversial wrestler in today's day and age. A once stay-at-home dad who injected synthol into his arms and refuses to face the demons of reality that he'll never be the same. We have asked him why he had injected synthol into his arms, and honestly, we couldn't hear him because he has to speak through a stoma. Because he is just messed up. Obviously, if he was injecting synthol into his arms, cigarettes were certainly child's play to him, and that's where he is now. But he has had an incredible year. All of his synthol pockets in his biceps have popped and leaked all over the wrestling ring, but we have a great environmental team that cleaned that up really, really quickly. Next wrestler is the Horse. This is an actual horse. The horse is just a horse. No one knew how it got in the ring, but after its match, they decided to keep it because fuck it. Because the horse is a genuine horse. There is no glitz and glam to it. And the match ended. The opposing wrestler was within an inch of his life. And, Steve Austin just said, you know what? Dude, fuck it. Let him play. Let him go. You know what I mean? The final wrestler on our roster is a bit of a controversial one, just because of the active, So I mean, you can decide for yourself. Ishbal the Circumcised. His story is like I said, one that wrestling fans all over the world kind of debate over. Ishbal the Circumcised, he is a small 12-year-old Jewish boy who was trafficked to the U.S. in his parents' hopes for his freedom. Little did they know that the plane was carrying the entire 2023 WWE roster, and one thing led to another. Ishbal does not speak English, and Ishbal is terrified. His parents are looking for him. But that was the imaginary wrestlers lineup. And that is the kind of improv I want to start doing. We're gonna flatten out the kinks, as we go. It's a little hard to do it by myself, just because what's really funny is getting the reaction by, like the reaction of someone when I look them in the eyes and I say my next wrestler is called Tyrannosaurus Sex. But hey, that is the imaginary wrestlers lineup. Now we will get into some Am I the Asshole? Let's take a look, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look. Let's pick some random ones, guys. We're going to do 2. Am I the asshole for telling my dad I'm not going to live with him? Boring. Am I the asshole took wrong food container for lunch? Sounds boring, but probably went somewhere bad. I bet it leads to like domestic violence, and I don't want to deal with that. Am I the asshole if I tell my friend who is pursuing music that she can't sing? That is exactly what you guys come here for. This is perfect. Perfect, perfect. This is a short one. Perfect. My 23 female friend, 23 female. So we've got, let's just right off the bat, we've got 2 23-year-old females. And from the title, it looks like they're both friends, and one is trying to tell the other one that they can't sing, and I'm excited to see where this goes. So, my 23 female friend, 23 female, who I've known since freshman year of high school, is currently pursuing music in LA. Let me stop you there. LA is a scary place. I mean, I moved to Florida for music, but it was for school, a music school, and then I found my footing pretty well. But LA is, that is a jump. That is a jump. I've known her since freshman year of high school and is currently pursuing music in LA. She is an incredible writer and went to a great private liberal arts school in California for writing. So many of us thought she would pursue songwriting as opposed to singing. She has released 3 songs and has an album on the way, and they are just ... bad. She's got a horrible timbre. It's flat and whiny with weird modulation and pitch. She's got a terrible timbre. It's flat and whiny with weird modulation and pitch. And she's even worse live. All of her LA friends are gassing her up, telling her she is amazing and supporting her, but I wonder to what extent it will hurt her in her future when someone in the industry finally says the words, "You can't sing." I want to support her and her future, but it's tough to watch her actively and ambitiously pursue something she's objectively bad at. Would it be better for a friend to say something, or should we all just wait it out? Before I read the comments, let's just... You see, as someone who's worked in who works in the music industry, I've been in a couple situations like this, and it all depends really how close you are with your friend, right? So they're both 23 years old, both women, known each other since freshman year of high school. I mean, and she knows a lot about her friend. I mean, she knows about the private liberal arts school. She knows about how many songs she's released. She knows that she's working on an album. You know, she's apparently seen her live. And let me tell you this, as someone who's performed live a lot, it's hard to get your friends out there. And that's not even being rude to my friends. I don't want to be there, you know? So kudos to her. It all depends on your relationship with her. It all depends on how close you are with her. Have you ever been in a situation that's similar with her but not the same, right? If if she's talking to like a trashy boy, has that ever happened? And are you at that level of your friendship where you can say, you know, hey, um, you really shouldn't be seeing him. He's kind of a bad influence on you. And if she's taken that well, maybe she'll take this well. It's hard though because the thing is with music and singing, because again, dude, I have freaking seen it. Dude, oh my gosh. The amount of times that I've seen someone perform and they were absolutely sucking butt at singing, and then someone told them, I mean, look, singing is a personal thing. It's a it's a pretty intricate thing too because it can be objective and subjective at the same time, right? Like Billie Eilish and Morgan Wallen are two very different singers, but they're both incredible. Some people don't like how Wallen sounds. Some people don't like how Eilish sounds. Um, but I say I let's assume that you guys are not best friends. Let's assume they're not best friends. Let's assume they're just pretty good friends who've known each other for a long time. I would not tell her. Let someone else tell her because do not feel like it is your job to be responsible for being the one to tell her that news and for her to hate you for the rest of her life. Because the thing is with singing is such a personal thing because it's not like you're playing an instrument. It's like you are the instrument. If you tell someone they are bad at singing, that person is being told that they themselves as a person, as a human, are bad at what they love and think they're good at doing. You know, it's just tough. And also singing is not something you can just get better at. Like it is and it isn't. Voice lessons can take a very unconfident, not well controlled singer and turn them into a beautiful singer. But the seed has to be there. The seed has to be there. You know, I've gone a long time without singing lessons, and I can feel myself, you know, like, wow, like my singing definitely isn't as good as it used to be, but it's still really good because I'm gonna be honest, like I'm a great singer. That's probably the only thing I'll ever admit to being good at. Um, but I would say don't. I would say don't. It's just not. It's just not worth it. That's the kind of thing that kills a friendship. And if you actually care about this girl and you want to continue to be friends, you are like some people would say. If you're a good friend, you would tell her because good friends should tell the truth. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Not true. You do not carry any burden for your friends. And it do never. That's some new grammar right there. Do never feel like you have to be the one to do that too, because that's stressful, man. And it's also a friendship killer for sure. Let's take a look at the comments, see what one commenter says. This is such a difficult situation because you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. I'm going to stop right there. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not damned. Your friend and her singing career most likely has absolutely nothing to do with you, and do not make it about yourself. All right, I'm just gonna nip that in the butt right there. The worst part is it seems like this is a dream that she believes in that she believes is worth pursuing, and you don't want to be the person to crush someone's dream when they're trying their best to make it possible. If you don't tell her, someone else will sooner or later, and it'll hurt that you, as her friend, did not look out for her. Also disagree with that. That is probably the last thing she'll be thinking about, because what people don't understand is people have so many other people in their lives other than you. You see every single person that you know as someone that knows you. They have not thought about you in forever. Not to be that guy, but that's just the truth. This isn't about you. Don't make this about you. Moving on, there's a possibility that she might think that you're not being a supportive friend. Shut up. To be honest with you, if I was in your situation, I would not say anything and I would support her in her dreams. Yeah, I'm just going to cut it right there. Yeah. Someone commented or replied on that comment and actually said a pretty good point. Bob Dylan was a horrible singer. You are so right. Bob Dylan, I hate his music. I had to study him for a class in college, and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. Bob Dylan was a horrible singer, amazing songwriter, bad voice. He was a quite successful performing artist. So if you have a dream, go for it. I agree. Let's see what else. Another commenter says, No. You do not tell her that she cannot sing. You do not even suggest it. There's nothing to be gained from that in a friendship. First, she can learn to sing. Vocal lessons and a ton of effort will help a lot. Second, with modern tech, she can be made to sound great. Third, quality and taste are very subjective. You want to help her, which is fine, but the moment you don't sound supportive, you don't believe in her, all you blah, blah, blah. If you truly want to support her, okay, that's okay. This is why I hate Reddit so much. A commenter on that said, I hate to be this person, but I've taken 15 years of vocal training and also taught for a while. While you are correct on points 2 and 3, there are some people that genuinely can never learn to sing for one reason or another. Sometimes it's biology. Sometimes it's a defect of auditory process in the brain. Sometimes it's a lack of effort. But there are quite a few people who will never have the ability to learn to sing beautifully. Blah, 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 blah. Well, look, guys. I do not think this person's the asshole. Do not tell your friend anything. Let's move on. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for telling my aunt I won't bake a cake for my uncle's birthday after he ruined my my mother's birthday celebration that I planned? That seems too complicated. Am I the asshole for telling what the heck is SIL mean? Significant, my sister-in-law. Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law I will not change my wedding date for her? I don't even have to read that. I'm just gonna say no, you're not. Am I the asshole telling girlfriend that she gave me the ick at a family dinner? Yeah, and I am absolutely reading that. All right. I'm 32 male, dating my girlfriend Jenny, 27 female, for almost a year now, and we've met each other's families. Jenny is an only child of an Asian family, while I'm half and half with one younger sister, Anna, 21 female. Anna and I are close despite our age gap. Our parents both worked demanding jobs, and I would babysit / chaperone for many of her bratty teen years. In recent months, I've noticed that whenever Anna comes up in conversation, Jenny would joke about how Anna is overly spoiled by my parents, and how we've created a princess. Last week at a family dinner with my parents, I felt like Jenny was overly grilling Anna on school / dating / life. At one point, Anna was telling a story about how a first date gave her the ick by not pulling out his wallet after their meal and let her food let her foot the full meal. I'm guessing that means pay. Jenny laughed. Jenny laughed and said that not every man will treat her to dinner like her brother would, and that you need to lower your standards. I was not happy with this comment, as it sounded like my sister didn't deserve to be treated with basic respect, but also didn't want to embarrass Jenny. Jennifer then went on to talk. We are switching to full names now. Jennifer then went on to talk about how that would have never happened to her, as men see her as high value. I don't know what about this comment just pissed me off, but I said that she was giving me the ick, and to stop talking to my sister like that. The argument we had when we got home was massive, and Jenny told me I was overreacting to an innocuous comment, and would make a terrible father because I would always favor my sister over everyone else. Goodness hell. I'm shocked at being called a terrible father, and honestly still don't think I was in the wrong, but need another opinion. Goodness. Let me just say this. Let me just preface with this. The term the ick is the biggest. If you don't know what the ick means, it's the new word for the word turn off. The ick is like when I hear someone use the ick, it makes me want to take my fist and push it so far into the cavity of their chest that I begin to break skin, and sooner or later will be holding their beating still heart. It is just the most annoying, cringy, uncomfortable, childish, ignorant thing to say. It's used a lot when, I get pretty bothered by posts when it's like a girl posting something that's like, do any other ladies get the ick when their man wipes his forehead because he's hot? Like, I just don't like it because there's a lot of social media trends of just like basically telling men like, hey, every time you guys do these like really simple, small, just absolutely useless things, like it gives us the ick and annoys us and we hate you. I have a bad connotation with that term, but I will say, dude, so this is the boyfriend who's writing this, 32 years old. You are not the asshole, but you are a 32-year-old man. Do not use the term the ick. You are a 32. Let me just say this again. You are a 32-year-old man. You're giving me the ick that you say the ick. Okay? 32-year-old man. So that's my only critique on you, my friend. Other than that, you are good. Your girlfriend sounds like a 27 years old. Yes, that is way too old to. I mean, like the small paragraph here. Jennifer then went on to talk about how that would have never happened to her, as men see her as high value. What the hell? Again, that is literally that's just such a childish, ignorant thing to say. That's like unbelievably childish and ignorant. I don't care if you're like I like a woman who's extremely confident in herself, but the moment any kind of very obvious cockiness comes out, that's when that is a huge turnoff for me. I just don't. You could be the hottest woman in the world. But the thing is, like with me, the moment she says, yeah, like, I'm kind of like the hottest thing. Like, guys will literally do anything for me, because that's when I'm like, all right, okay, that's just, that took your score from a 10 to a 7. Seriously. Like, that is enough. That's a deal breaker for me. Seriously. Because I just copy and paste that scenario onto like day-to-day things where it's like, okay, it's like, okay, she seems very adamant about saying that, like, in this example, that would never happen to her, because she says that she is high value, which is also calling the boyfriend's little sister low value, which, yeah, no, dude, you are not the asshole. Your girlfriend is the asshole. Let's see what the comments say. It's like she's trying to compete with your sister. I'd have already gotten rid of her. Well, I don't know if you need to get. I mean, I think I think this is definitely a sign. I think this is absolutely like, this should make you nervous. I think this should make you think, like, I think this is kind of like a, oh no, like, if this happens again, I'm out, I think you're good, dude. I don't think you're the asshole. Well, actually, no, it's not that I don't think. I know that you're not the asshole. Another person said using the term high value to refer to women is gross. I mean, it is very gross, but it's also, the woman used that on herself. So yeah, that's just weird. Any girl that refers to herself as high value in a conversation is an ick. Doing it while letting your younger sibling know it's because they aren't high value is just cruel. Yeah, no, I completely agree. She's a walking red flag. Jennifer then went on, blah, blah, blah. What is this comment, you? Her behavior with your sister is so uncalled for. Please run. This is not someone you should. Yeah, again, I agree. It's not a deal breaker, but it's it's more than a red flag. It's like it's it's not a deal breaker. It is a, okay, if this happens 2 more times, I'm out, because those are just signs, brother. Those are just signs. I really enjoyed going through the Apple Music 100 albums last week, and I also went through it with a friend of mine at work. What up, Michael? That was really cool. Again, I want you guys to go check that out. I think it taught me a lot, right? Just going through that whole list of albums, listening to music that I've never heard before. Before we sign off, a little couple updates about my life. I got prescribed Adderall. It has been incredible. I got prescribed Adderall XR, like extended release or something. I've had a huge issue with energy and motivation. I mean, I'm just chronically depressed, and I have been my whole life. But the energy is like, I can be active and want to end it all at the same time. Been there. Yeah. I just burped, gross. But I and like every day, like, so I've been working at the hospital. Actually, in like 4 days it'll be 1 full year of working at the hospital. I've always like came home and like needed to take a nap. Like a 2-hour nap, and then I wake up and it's 6, and I've got 3 hours until I need to go to bed for the next work day. It's like freaking depressing. Ever since I started my prescription on Adderall, I haven't had to take naps at all. I mean, it's been incredible. I mean, it's been helping me so freaking much. And I I don't know if it has any effect on the anxiety because this last week I probably had some of the worst anxiety that I've had in a very long time for no reason. I want to get that figured out. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I would like to see if I could get my Adderall prescription increased just because I know I'm on a very low dose and I'm still feeling pretty fatigued, but it's been getting better. So I want to see where that goes. And I don't have any food in my house because I don't know what to buy when I go grocery shopping. So I'm probably going to go grocery shopping tomorrow. It's currently, what time is it? What is it? 5? Yeah, it's 5. It's 5 o'clock right now. So I need to record the shorts and then I'm going to go to the cafe and get this edited. So, ladies and gentlemen, we talked about some pretty fun stuff today. The Turkish athlete, Reddit, Am I the Asshole, and some rappers. Thank you so much for stopping by the Something Cafe. You can catch the Something Cafe on every streaming platform. If it's a streaming platform, it's on there. Trust me. And what really helps is if you drop a follow on the Spotify and a good rating, a good 5-star rating. If you haven't done that yet, please do that. I'd like to get to a point where I can start monetizing from this to support myself. So catch the Something Cafe on all streaming platforms. We have socials too. And thank you so much. I've been your host, Celestino Dooley, and thank you for grabbing a cup with me here at the Something Cafe. I'll see you next week.